Hello, and welcome to Drakenmemoria. Yay! What is about Drakenmemoria? Well, it's Dungeons and Dragons, or more specifically, a group of people playing Dungeons and Dragons. And tonight we might have somewhere between 5 and 6 people playing Dungeons and Dragons because Sam is moving right now, which means that he will be trying to be there as often as he can, but you know, transmission, internet, and all of those nice things may interfere. So he might be in and out, or he might just not be here. And maybe that's why we keep getting internet problem. Maybe he keeps trying to connect, and that completely disturbs the connection. I don't know.
I summon the internet to my exact location.
And for those of you who may be watching and feel like, hey, there seemed to be something wrong. I've missed a few words in that sentence. Well, yes, like I said, I am currently having a problem with the internet, but I'm not sure if it's actually internet because our conference call is not affected. It's just broadcasting that is affected. So maybe it's a Twitch problem?
I mean, it could also just simply be that your settings are prioritizing the video call, like with like as far as like how much bandwidth each thing is using.
Well, I haven't changed anything recently, but I'm not protected against Skype updates. Might have reset something.
I'm saying that might be actually just be the default. But
yeah,
it's good for me.
It's a bit what I mean. They might have resetted something to default value. And all right, but for those who are wondering if this is going to become Dungeons and Dragons at one point and not just Skype talk, yes, absolutely.
Talk Skype to me, baby.
Bandwidth. It will definitely become Dungeons and Dragons. Don't worry about it. Well, you can worry, but like I was saying, if you miss a few words, if you feel like you've missed 5 minutes somewhere, the recording I'm making of this is always separate from the one that's sent to Twitch. So the version that you'll be able to see on YouTube is the one uploaded from my recording. So it is always complete. I only edit out the moments where everyone goes dark and I start swearing because internet went down, and that's the only thing that my computer is recording at that moment. Me swearing in French.
Like but then for you it's just beep 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 beep.
Yeah, so I just
beep,
edit it out. I am very sympathetic to those of you who have those sound in your ears all the time, whether you want it or not. So I'm not going to make you go through that censoring beep all the time. All right.
This isn't live TV.
Yeah, because in live TV they do such a good job of censoring everything. They try and put the beep beep, but you always know that with exactly what they said.
What the beep are you talking about?
No, it's always something like, what the fuck beep?
Yeah,
of course, exactly. We know exactly what you just said. Come on.
As long as it didn't finish, you're fine.
Yeah. All right.
You're not allowed to finish on live TV.
Yeah. Public indecency or something like that.
That's what I forgot.
I can't believe they made that
I don't
law.
have anything to drink. God damn. Okay.
Oh, I see how it is. You need something to drink to deal with us on a weekly basis.
It hasn't been water this whole time.
I never said it was. I always shown that it was clear. All right. Okay, hopefully that's everything I forgot. My jug of clear water.
Your jug of clear liquid.
However, for a legal purpose, yes, it is water.
Yeah.
Damn, legal purpose, legal things, they always mess up your fun.
Like, let me just pop open a bottle of Coors apple juice.
Yeah. I remember an interview on some show that exactly what they said, that when they say they're serving beer to people being interviewed, it's actually apple juice, and then one person said, yeah, warm apple juice. I feel like there was a little bit of resentment there. Alright. With this, let's get started on Dungeons and Dragons. Where did I put the beginning of the introduction? Alright, here it is. So, what happened last episode? Well, last episode, the party took a few moments to get a better feel of life our monk, Tobiyashi, had before joining the group. Odd family, that of a monastery, but in the end, a family with all the goods and bad things a family brings. The rest of the evening was spent searching for clues on where... I hate it when it corrects things like this. On the whereabout, not whereabout, on the whereabout of a spy and its goal in the monastery. Part of the answer came when our adventurers found a familiar vial meant to drain the life from one of the monks. Help was called, and soon after, research on an antidote started. As the search continued, oh no, yeah, that's the next line. That's the next line. Join us in episode 257. God damn it, I hate that number. As the search continued for the missing spy. Not supposed to read that last sentence. It's for the internet publicity. Alright. So, during the night, you all had calm... Oh yeah, we don't need a thunderstorm in the background. Alright, that makes the internet react. Hopefully it will stabilize, because it looks to be sensitive tonight. Alright, so, during the night, you had a very calm sleep. Well, Fisher, you had a calm staring at the door. You aren't very used, except for Tobiyashi, of course, because that's 2/3 of his life. Well,
I'm awesome.
3/4
Oh, yeah.
of his life.
Sorry.
You're not used to this sort of... Oh, that's another thing that I forgot. All right. One...
You forgot to roll for how much back pain you had throughout growing up.
I don't have any bones anymore. I'm fine.
All right.
Yeah, but you remember what it was like
That's
to have
nice.
back pain.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So...
You have to roll to remember how much back pain you would have had if you had bones.
That's really important.
Yeah, I have a phantom back pain.
Alright, so it's a bit of an odd night that you have. It's quiet, but in a different way that it would be inside of a town. You don't hear a lot of outside noise. You don't hear the usual bugs. You don't hear people walking in the street going home. You don't hear the drunk guy getting out of the inn and resisting having to go to their home. It's just quiet. Sometimes you hear someone in the hallway walking, but not a lot of noise. The air is fresh, crisp, especially in that time of the year. It's starting to be a little bit chilly. But, monks don't pay attention to that. For you, Tobiashi, it just brings memory of the past.
Yeah, it's too quiet now.
It's true that you've sort of been used to the busy of everyone else's life.
Mm-hmm.
You probably understand a bit of the frustration that some of the masters there might have had or still have with a lot of the younger trainees.
Making so much noise.
No, mostly because it's easy to be attracted to the busyness and the fulfillment, more promise of fulfillment of the adventurer's life. Always out there, always doing something, helping people, fighting monsters, the big cities. But you're a monk. So
True.
you sort of have that moment of, wow, I've forgotten how peaceful it can be here. I'd forgotten how much easier it becomes to think when there's so little noise.
Fisher could never. Sorry. I mean, it was not because it's its own problem, but
Yeah, Fisher is a problem. I mean, Fisher has problems.
yeah. I don't know. Okay, Terry has problems. No, Terranad has problems. Sorry.
Because of that, during your night, you think about a variety of things, all of which I've sent you.
Mm-hmm.
Not now, before at the end
Oh,
of
okay. I
last
was like,
episode.
what?
Huh?
Huh? What are we talking about here? No, okay.
For some
yeah.
reason, you've just been coughing up feathers all night.
Oh, not the feathers. Okay, all right. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yep.
Fisher, you also are introduced to this weird way of life and this calmness. But for you, you might have a slightly different perspective as, now that you look at it, monasteries aren't the most heavily defended place. The walls aren't
No
that
doors.
thick. Yeah. The doors, some only in strategic places. The walls aren't that thick. You can actually see outside. There's a large window. That's not really well insulated. I mean, that monks are a bit different, but man, this quiet all around, all night long. You're used to hearing the bugs and all the things, and actually you don't have much of a choice other than hearing that all night long. It's more of a question that you've gotten used to it. But now, whoa, that's quiet.
Means there's no guard patrol.
Yeah. Well, as best as you can.
Well, right now there is.
That's the thing. You think to yourself, oh, there's no guard patrol. Right.
well, would I
a
be
lot
able
of
to
them are very
hear it?
stealthy. They may actually have guard patrols. I just can't hear them.
They might be
Fair
ninjas with pink geese.
Yeah, they're always big.
It's the one place in the world, Fisher, where if you see a ninja, it may actually not be there to kill you.
Yeah, they're ninjas of peace.
No, it lives there.
You're safest.
It's where
You're safest when you can see a ninja.
Mhm.
That's when you realize, and when the morning comes, that, oh goodness, you were there all night long.
Mm.
Because of that, you're left alone with your thoughts a lot, and interesting deduction comes to your mind, all of which I've sent you during the week. What was that? Oh, my telephone warning me that its battery is almost dead. All right.
Nice.
Oh.
Well, I guess the only the only one that I would need to say something to was Remy, because your passive perception, you know, you never realized that bats actually made sounds. They scream all night long. It's subtle, but it's there. Can never get any peace, no matter where you go. That's the curse of having such a high passive perception.
Gotta get special. Well, even if he found a way to quiet himself, well, that makes him also like 40-50% less safe.
You know that clicking sound all night long? It's subtle, but either the poor bat is stuck in a room nearby, it's going through the corridors, or, you know, you're in a mountain. It's where they sleep. The little buggers must have an entrance to a cave nearby.
Sigh.
Which make you think, oh, Tobiashi might know where that cave is.
Just
Let's go
might.
kill some bats.
The epic bat fight of the century.
It's the challenge of this episode. It's an epic bat fight.
God.
You might even say an epic battle.
Right. Okay.
No, I wouldn't.
No. No. I think I would.
They have this
Clearly, your life
disorienting
is not
blast.
filled with enough joy.
Yeah, I don't have a sense of humor, so.
That's true. Fisher's just like, oh, bats.
He won't even bat an eyelash. All right.
Don't have him.
No, we don't need to keep battering him with all these jokes.
No.
One more, and he's
Making
just
fun
gonna
of
go
my
batshit crazy.
disabilities.
You're making. I don't have eyelashes.
All right. I think it's time for morning to come.
But then the bats will go away.
Well, that's the
We need
point.
We need Jorgs now.
Oh, that was the problem. Jorg transformed into a bat, and he kept harassing all of you all night long.
Okay.
Like, Jorg, why did you keep casting Find Familiars so that you could constantly summon bats all night?
He was trying to have them tell the other bats to shut up.
Yeah.
Then you remember that you actually have the ability to polymorph into a bat, but then you realize that you're smarter than the bat when you do this, so that doesn't work.
Mhm.
You tried polymorphing yourself as a bat, but then you become stupid, so that doesn't work.
Mhm.
Then you fell asleep. You had your long rest, and when you woke up, you remembered, oh, all I had to do was talk to animals. But it's the sun has come up.
But wait,
Yes?
was that a regular druid trait? Can I hear what animals are talking about, or is that
No, it's a spell.
was that the?
Talk with animals, talk with plants. They're two very...
Oh, my other druid circle could understand
shepherd
animals, but
druid
not like
thing.
talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not a shepherd druid anymore.
No, you don't care about
Tragic.
others anymore.
I hate animals.
Oh my gosh.
Are you sure you're still the
Dang.
druid?
Yeah, he just likes plants.
No, he
Animals
likes
can-
natures. He doesn't like plants.
Mhm.
I mean, no, other way around.
Mhm.
All right. So,
I forgot to do this over the week, but I'm long resting now and getting scrying.
There you go.
see.
And
It's
And
gonna
fine
be
person.
find a person.
All right. So. Oh, geez, that's smart. Okay. So,
Hey Toby, do you think how likely do you think we'll need find traps for this place?
Never,
no,
ever
there's-
prepare fine
there's-
traps
yeah, there's-
ever.
There's not traps. There wouldn't be.
Don't you
well,
dare
there's no
prepare fine
traps.
traps.
There's no traps that I would know of, at least.
It is still hilarious how even with the updated rules, find traps is still just as useless, which just makes you wonder if the designers just like having it in there as a joke.
It's just there.
no, I think it's nostalgia. It's one of the oldest spell to survive through all edition.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna need that
W.
spell.
I didn't think so.
And what are you doing in my room?
All right. So, morning comes.
I don't think I have find person.
Locate creature.
Okay, creature.
You're looking for locate
Locate.
creature.
Locate creature. I do have that. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
You
find
can
first.
finish talking.
There's something that feels weird at saying I'm looking for locate creature. They need the spell locate spell.
Where did it go?
The spell is just the DM tells you where the spell is.
All right. So, morning comes. You all wake up. You're all alive. Thank God.
I never doubted it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I guess I'll go collect everyone from their rooms. They have to be super close to each other.
Yeah, usually the guests mostly sleep at the same place. So you know roughly where they are.
Well, Fisher, you awake?
I open the door.
Okay, all right. We have a lot to do
Always.
today. Oh well, yeah, I forgot we had that conversation. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to do. You get Jorg. I'll go get Remy.
Why do they hate you so much?
Hate me? Who?
The cult, like,
Oh, I never thought like they hated me. I just got captured
or like
by
your
'em.
monastery. Like,
Oh, my cult? What? Wait a minute.
no, not your cult, the cult.
Oh,
Why
I
do
have
they hate your monastery so much?
I don't know. I think it's just an easier place to get that's off in the middle of nowhere. You know, they like to pick off the weak and stuff like that.
Yeah, but didn't you say your monastery wasn't very like influential?
There's a couple influential. We have a couple masters that are out doing other stuff, so they could have heard about them and came back just to get easy. Because they said they were coming back to come pick off the rest of them. They know we don't have good defenses here, and they have a whole bunch of people that they could take to try to siphon life force out of, like they tried to do to me.
Did they? Is that what they tried to do to you, or did they just like hunt you for sport?
No. When you guys found me, they were gonna suck our life forces out with the diamonds that they
No,
had.
they were going to transform your life force into a diamond.
Oh yeah, that's what they were gonna transform my life forces into diamonds. So that's why that whole crystal thing in the jar is very curious to me. It's
Yeah.
just like a farther away way to do it.
Uh-huh.
So that brings up another question on why they're even here. I think it's just a bigger whale, or just a bigger,
Jor-
faster way of doing it.
Jorgen, I
Maybe
mean,
they
you hear
thought-
two people talking outside of your doors. Just
Maybe,
But other than that, they might be mad because I was one to escape, or I'm
maybe, yeah.
related to you guys in some way.
They're just too focused on the hunt to let somebody go.
Yeah.
But then they would have been coming after us more.
Well, I mean, what's the best way to get someone is go after the loved ones. You know what I mean? I'm not crazy. Let's go get the other people.
Yeah, I guess
Maybe stops polishing
So-
his jewels.
I've never had a home, so I don't.
I bust through the door and say, "You guys woke me up. You're worse than the bats."
You heard those too? God, I swear there was less bats here when I was young.
Sorry, my bad.
Wait,
Well, my
Karen and I
dog,
trying to-
Pharrell heard them. I
Having an
couldn't hear
argument
them.
about what a bat sounds like.
oh,
Anyway,
Anyways. We have a lot of stuff to do. Remy, Jorg,
hey
you
Remy,
guys ready?
what did your old master specialize in? The shitty wizard dude.
it was a drow, and or no, was it the other wizard dude? Okay, never mind. I might be wrong.
Well, funny enough, like
Logo is so
Raimi
bad.
reaches into his pocket and he pulls out 2 marbles.
Oh,
I still have these.
what? What are they? What do those do?
they're your marbles.
Yeah, he just dropped trout.
I forgot I lost my marbles. Oh my
He's
god.
just presenting.
Remy, don't pull that. Stop.
I don't know, will this
what-
require
what
a
does it look
history
like?
check or?
For the-
Yeah, I
I've never
do
seen
we
these
recognize
marbles
them?
before. Have I seen these marbles before?
It's like a. Okay, I'm trying to remember if Tobiyashi was there for that dungeon or not. It's been so long.
Explain the dungeon a little bit.
The Artificer's Workshop dungeon?
Yes.
No, Tobiyashi
No.
wasn't there. The two
Yeah.
dungeon he missed were the Gnomish Arcane Laboratory and the dive inside of the mines.
Okay, in which case it's still appropriate to bring up to Fisher because pulls out 2 marbles.
Are they the marbles from the gnomish artificer thing?
Raimi nods.
Which schools? If I can even remember that.
Well, now you're a wizard, so the balls
Uh-huh.
inside of the machines were color coded according to the schools. So you should be able to identify which schools the balls refer to.
Like he pulled out the marbles for for illusions and the one for enchantments.
All right.
Oh,
Did
those are
he
gumballs.
Work on anything, or while you were there, did you guys work on anything related to life essence transference or storage or some shit like that?
It'd be like transmutation.
'Cause I'm
Minor-
just
Raimi minor illusions, a pile of scrolls.
Hmm.
yeah, but was there any of that in those that you worked on or that you noticed?
cool is that spell?
I think
I'm thinking back to when Toby said maybe everybody's involved, and I was like, what would they need to make this weird potion thing? And then I'm like, probably a wizard.
I think he wrote down all the papers for his shitty master. Remember that breakdown he had in the hallway?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
All right, Fisher. Before all of this starts hurting me personally, your passive investigation is high enough, and you know enough about spells that you would know Remy would be at a huge disadvantage because of his racial background. Hey, we got Sam. He's very slim, but hi.
It works.
You'd know that Remy would be at a huge disadvantage for spell work because of the
Because
nature.
he can't think creatively, so he couldn't be like, this was the beginnings that could have ended up being this.
Well, it's more a question that he wouldn't be able to figure out spells on his own unless he had been submitted to a very large array of already existing spells, and he's just trying to remember them. So if that helps you paint a better image of what those piles of scrolls might be.
Chorg, while we're talking, and
Yeah,
we're probably
yeah.
walking, you should scry.
Oh yeah, I will do that.
Raimi,
Is that pile of scrolls the stuff that might be related?
I think they're. I don't know spells, so
Or just all the stuff you worked on?
makes the semi motion, holds up 2 talons, and then minor illusions, another separate pile of scrolls, and then another separate pile of
You
scrolls.
worked on a lot of stuff, and you wouldn't be. Yeah, okay. Now I get it. I'm with you now. Got it.
And then maybe to solidify it, even though... Oh, that's a good question. Well, he would have eventually... He actually, minor illusions, what appears to be a mirror image of himself much younger.
Yeah, you could probably easily have seen a reflection of yourself while working or while walking or anything like that. Yeah. So what does the image show you doing?
It's like, well, honestly, in that case, it would be like, I would imagine kind of like squinting his eyes at himself in his reflection, like because of how dark it is. Like, I guess maybe to communicate what he's trying to get at, maybe roll an intelligence.
You not remember well because you were so young when it happened?
Maybe nods.
Okay, so basically what you're showing
all
them
right,
is
weird question. Feel free to say no. Can we go look?
through the scrolls.
In your memories using Terry and possibly Rary's telepathic bond.
There's some stuff I need for scrying.
Says Jork in a corner.
Okay, go to they'll probably have it at the apothecary. Go search there. Well, that's where we were heading, anyways. Wait, where's the audience? Flashback. No.
Now he's in the room next door. Audience, you had mostly a good night, but then you got woken up by something that hit your head in the middle of the night.
Made its way all the way
Onion
inside.
in a plastic bag. What's going on with the
No,
camera?
I think there's probably a drop of water that fell on his camera. That's what it's. No, it's just that there was a window that allows you to see outside from your room, and there wasn't anything protecting from the outside. So during the night, he received a leather ball on the head.
Yep.
Ah.
I guess in response to your query, Fisher maybe would say, "May the odds be ever in your favor."
It'd probably be super trippy, wouldn't it?
Get in there. Wait, okay, let's go to the apothecary
And
first.
recorded.
Well, we got to go to the apothecary, talk to everyone there, get his supplies, and then we could go into Remy's mind. Is it going to be like that one book where it's like they go into a dream inside a dream?
Who fucking knows, dude? Going into somebody's mind would already be super wild. Doing it to a Kenku, it's gonna be.
I
Don't know
love
if
how
it's
the
gonna be
party is now
easier or
willingly
way
wanting to go
harder.
into people's dreams.
Yeah, wait, I want to go in there too. Is it only one person allowed?
Well, I think that depends. If we used telepathic bond, can link multiple people.
Yeah. So
It
here's the deduction behind this. You need telepathic bond because Terry wouldn't be able to understand what he sees,
yeah.
but he's the one that can orient this. Because using detect thoughts allows you to see what's on the surface. So you can simply guide Remy with questions that's gonna naturally bring up memories, and Terry will be able to see them, but he can't interpret them. But if you're all linked together and you can see what he sees, then you'll be able to understand for him what you see. Now Terry will be able to once, every time he casts the spell, to dig deep in something maybe Remy doesn't remember well or doesn't want to remember. Just saying. Once
Yeah,
a
there's
spell,
also the
he'll be
trauma
able to,
element of this.
yeah.
Mhm.
Once a spell, he'll be able to dig deeper and get more information. Then the spell will end and he will need to recast it to go back inside.
Into the Mind Part 2.
Mhm.
the Remy episode.
Into the unknown.
Well, we're heading to the apothecary while we're talking.
And then Jorg, how are you connected to everything? What
I thought he
secrets
just, like-
do you have that you're
I-
hiding?
He just sold drugs or something like that, right?
Yeah, well,
What?
I stole drugs.
I thought he brought in
I
an
tried to-
invasive
I tried to-
species.
Well,
Well,
he
yeah.
stole drugs and it was an invasive species, I think.
Uh-huh.
What do the drugs do?
They're used in healing potions.
Oh.
Yeah.
What kind of drugs did you think I was talking about?
Mhm.
I don't know. Usually, when someone says
Yeah.
drugs, they mean like illicit drugs. When they're talking about
Mhm.
medicine, they say medicine.
Drugs are
Mhm.
drugs.
They were, yeah.
In Dungeons and Dragons, you can just say potions. It
Ah.
enveloped a large
Yes.
variety of things.
Yeah, it's an ingredient.
Drug potions.
How I'm connected to the hunter cult, though.
And the new evil potion.
Come back to that.
True.
Pass.
Uh-huh.
Pass. That was happening.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I
maybe
haven't
they're
figured out
used
the
in the
connection.
evil
Audience,
potion that
because
they use.
Sam can't speak, but he can text. Audience brings up the point that maybe those potions that Jorg was trying to make have a connection with the potion that have been used to try and sap the life of someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He says this while
That
nursing
would-
a black eye because of a leather ball that hit him during the night.
That could be. I don't know. Could it be Jorg? You know about the thing. Does that
But
sound
the
plausible, or
potion.
is that like over your head? Yeah, or the plant, the drug, whatever.
Oh, it could be possible. It is a health-related thing.
Mm-hmm.
From your perspective, Jorg, all of this could be possible. After all, you were trying to help free a group of people from an oppressive how can you call it? Some sort of mafia, some sort of guild who were selling those things at ridiculous price while they were remarkably easy to do. For a druid, anyway. You just needed the right plant, which is what inspired you to try and bring a species of plant which on your island wasn't as invasive, but apparently that's because there were the proper predators for this plant, but not where you wanted to go. So, could be related in different ways. The guild might have sold these plants to the hunter cult. They might have been involved with the guild. They might have been the guild. You didn't know them at that time. All possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Jorg, I didn't know you were part of the mafia.
Yeah. That's pretty
Is
cool.
that what you got? That's not what I got from that.
What do you? I thought. Wait, okay. Are guilds not mafia? What's the difference?
No, the way that Jorg said it, it was more like he tried to
He was
single-handedly
fighting the mafia.
fight a guild.
Or
Ah,
undercutting
he was
the
fighting the mafia.
I was.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
but he tried to do it
undercutting.
alone, which is never a good idea.
Mm.
Because, yeah.
Well, the question is now is it one of like the U.S. mafia, the Italian mafia, the Yakuza?
You mean the
Like-
Dwarven Mafia, the Elven Mafia, the
Oh, not the gnomish mafia. You gotta watch out for those.
the Halfling Mafia. Oh,
Yeah, they're brutal. They
Wanna
might
be-
act nice, but then
I'll be kicking your shins until you'll be spitting acid. Don't ask me how I do it.
oh no, it would be so much worse because they removed the trait from the Halfling because probably legal reasons. Because the Halflings are modeled after the hobbits of the Lord of the Ring. And one thing they do say in Lord of the Ring, and that's never mentioned in the last movie, that's a problem. That's a bit of a problem because they act it out, but they don't say it explicitly. Halfling are deadly with stones. They throw stones with stupid accuracy. They are so well known for this that even animals run away when a hobbit bends over and takes a stone to throw. So this is something that they did copy in the previous editions, but they removed it. But hey, imagine if a halfling inside of a city, a mafia of halfling.
they just throw stones at you.
Just
God
dropping
damn it!
stones at you.
You know what they say about stones and glass houses, yeah?
Hey, Master Naoko, this is the last thing we're talking about.
Yeah, about that guy, do we have like his clothing or something? That's what I'm scrying with, right?
That's why we're coming here. We left the blade and the other stuff we found from him in the
Well,
apothecary.
you have the pillow
Oh, yeah.
you slept on. You have the potion
That's
that
true,
you
yeah.
probably had on himself
We have
for
his
a
boots.
while. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
There any stray hairs on that pillow he slept on?
No, we tried.
Mm.
No, that's how we found the
Uh,
potion. We were looking for hairs.
Dang.
First hand, second hand, heard of the target, picture or likeness, garment, or other possession. Yeah. We've got some possessions of his.
Yeah.
All right.
Probably
So-
the possession that he would would be the best for this would be the vial that right now is in the hand of Neisa, because you let her try and figure out how to break the spell so your master doesn't have half of his life being sucked out.
True.
Mm.
Yeah, Neisha, could we borrow that for a second? We need to scry on the man.
Is
Just
she
for
still here?
10 minutes.
Oh, is she in the room? No, she probably went to her own room. No, she needed
she-
this place to do her study.
She's an elf, so she doesn't need a lot of sleep. She probably just slept a little while something was infusing. So
Just meditating on just how much she hated audience.
Yeah, audience is staying outside the door.
Actually, that was the focus of her trance. Like
1,001
everything that she
ways
knows.
to use the command word.
All right, here. I think this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna use the potion to scry on the guy, and while you're scrying, we're gonna go into Remy's mind, and then
Scrying doesn't take very long.
how long does scry?
Takes
I don't
10
know.
minutes.
See, how long do you think we're gonna be in Remy's mind for?
I guess detect thoughts only takes like 10 minutes, right? Or lasts
Yeah,
like
but
10 minutes.
guiding Remy through remembering things could take longer.
Yeah.
Oh well, he still has to. How long does locate creature take?
It's an action to cast, and it lasts for an hour.
Oh. All right, we'll wait. I have a better place to do it at, anyways.
Okay.
Well,
So we're just.
I mean,
Oh, you
I
need
feel like
items
we
too,
could.
huh?
We should probably search for the dude first,
Yeah.
because that's kind of more time sensitive.
Party wants to imagine,
I
like,
need-
okay, let's go
I need
deeper, Raimi,
a,
and they're just sneaking behind us the whole time.
Yeah.
Like in a cartoon.
does this does this place have a water-filled font or a mirror or something?
Water
You can also use just any spellcasting focus worth 1,000 gold or more,
Oh, okay.
if you happen to have such a thing, but I'm not sure.
Well,
I mean, I think it's worth 1,000 gold.
what?
What's your staff you're using right now? What rarity of magic item is it?
Jorgen, just saying, your pendant, didn't I say that it could also be used as a spellcasting focus?
Oh, maybe.
That's a unique item.
Oh,
it's, it's worth
I mean,
so much.
Sometimes you just
I'll
want to
get-
look cool and scry through a mirror.
It's a worldwide unique item.
Yeah. Dude, I wonder how
You
much
could
I
use my
can get for
balls.
this thing.
Or I don't know. I don't think that could be used as one.
They're not.
Are they crystal?
Well, they may
I will-
they may
I will
be a
use my
spellcasting
pendant.
focus for Remy, but I don't think it's actually worth for words.
It's like it's worth 1,000 gold a night.
A night. Whoa, just 1,000. Okay, come on here.
Yeah, that's
Alright,
pretty
Well,
good,
that's what we're
dude.
hoping for.
That is pretty
That's
good.
that's damn
I
good
could
price.
stop adventuring at this point.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
can
Well,
become a
I will.
call
I will
jelly.
begin my scrying. With a D20
Oh, you have to roll for
internet.
it?
I
No,
believe they
I think
roll
so.
for it.
The other guy, like the guy himself, he makes a wisdom saving throw, and the
Oh.
difficulty of the save is affected by the factors of the spell.
How many times a day can you use that?
That is very interesting.
It's a fifth
Once
level
a
spell,
level.
so as many times
Fifth
as many.
spell.
If the target succeeds on the saving throw, then they can't be affected by the spell again for 24 hours.
Weak. Well,
I was
maybe
gonna
he's
say
not
we could
trying
use
very hard.
the locate creature to find all the other missing people at the monastery
Mhm.
after you're done with that.
Absolutely. All right. So for your question, Jorg, of course, in a monastery, you'd be able to find font filled with holy water. So if you don't want to use, if your pendant doesn't have anything you could use to see through it, it's of course they would have at least that one.
Your
Yeah, it
pendant is
doesn't
how
have-
you summon Frel, right?
Yeah. I could look
You
into
summon
Frel's
Frel,
eyes.
and then he's in a bowl.
He's in a bowl. Wait.
And he
I
just
could be
acts
inside the
out
bowl.
what the guy's doing.
You could use me.
You
to
could be.
look
Oh
through.
my god. Yeah, you could just turn into a puddle.
I could
And I
turn into
could
a
look
All
puddle.
into
right.
you.
So you cast the spell, and the guy has to do a save.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
According to
Good
this,
call.
I
with
know.
second hand.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, you know.
Exactly, the restrictions. So, he would have a bonus to save if... Well, you've never actually seen the guy, so...
Uh-huh. So it's second hand. Plus, I've got a possession, so it's -4. So it's basically a +1 for him against the 16. If we go off of this strictly.
So what is your current DC?
Current DC is 16.
All right, so if it says that you're, if it's like secondhand, as in like you haven't even met the person or anything like that, then you add to the DC. If it says +1, it's 17, and then the item penalty is -4, so it becomes a DC 13.
Well,
Oh,
it's
no, sorry,
+5.
I got that backwards.
Second hand is
Um,
+5.
I got that backwards.
Yeah. Well, for some reason it's
Is
written
it plus to the
plus
DC
5.
or to his
No,
saving
the save
throw?
modifier.
I think it's to his saving throw.
Okay, there you go.
Sorry, I don't use this spell actually very often, and
That's
I hate
okay.
having to read it every time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah, it's +5 to be second hand, and then -4 to be.
So he has a +1 on his save, including the
Yeah.
pluses he has because of any wisdom modifier he might have.
Oh, okay, that was the +1. Okay.
Okay.
I guess if we wanted to minimize his pluses, I think we could have at least had someone like draw a picture of him. But...
Oh yeah. Well, if we fail today, we can try that tomorrow. All right, Raimi or not Raimi. Toby, are you a puddle for me, or are we doing this in the
Water basin.
fine?
Toby actually shows you where the temple is inside
Look into
of
my
this,
eyes.
so you can just go use that font. It's a huge font of water, probably made of marble. So someone blesses
Very nice.
Audience blesses the water because he's a paladin, and here you go. You got a huge bowl, at least worth 1,000 gold, with blessed water inside of it. There you go. Audience was useful.
For once.
During an investigation.
True.
He's very useful in fight. Investigations? Alright. So. I can see in here. Through sensor. The sensor move the target. Okay.
The real question is what if they have proficiency in whiz saves or not.
Yeah.
Well, when you roll a 5, it doesn't really matter. So
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're like a level 20 druid,
well,
and your save bonus could be like +11.
Well, they sent in a spy, but they didn't send in a druidic spy. So
Rookie mistake.
Mhm.
Yeah, they knew we're all monks. What are they thinking?
Just sending a really good spy, someone for whom it's its job.
Sending in a rogue to do spy stuff.
Yeah.
Amy coughs.
So, but rolled way too low. Well, actually, that's a good point. It is a rogue. What level would he have been? I don't know. Maybe he has
Wait,
his
where me?
reliable
Slippery
You're a
Mind
spy?
doesn't come into play until level.
14?
I want to
right?
say it's either 13 or 15. I feel like it was an odd number.
Ah, are you sure it's 13? Oh,
I'm going to double check because I don't really look at late level rogues that much. Which is funny because I keep going into Raimi now, but we're still only level 11. I want to say 15 though, because I feel like I've been agonizingly waiting for the extra proficiency.
I know.
15 is Slippery Mind. So yeah, they don't get Wisdom save proficiency until level 15.
Yeah. All right, so I have it here. Everything in the saves now.
Oh yeah, 13 was a subclass feature. It couldn't be 13. Duh.
All right, so I have him here. Which means he gets a. Okay, that's this. Where is it? Here you go. So, grand total under 14. Under 15, so. It takes a moment to focus. You feel like there is a slight resistance, but eventually it gives in, and through the water in front of you, you start seeing an image. You see the face of a roguish looking person. He looks worn out. There is not a lot of light where he is. He seems to be not doing anything right now, in a position that's more akin to meditation. Tobiashi would probably be able to see through the reflection that he seems to be in a position to conserve energy. So either he needs to conserve energy because he's not in a good place, or he's trapped somewhere, and something might eventually be missing, either water, food, or air. Because that's definitely something that monks would do to conserve their energy, slow down a poison, or last longer. And the lack of light would support what Tobiashi can tell you. He's probably trapped somewhere.
Were there reports of any cave-ins in the tunnel system?
There's a couple people missing, and there was a couple of fallen buildings, fallen outside monastery pieces. I don't know about cave-ins.
I'm thinking if you tried to escape into the tunnel system and then got stuck.
Well, can you find person now? Or, sorry, locate creature?
If it's close enough.
Yeah. There's only one way to find out.
Is locate creature blocked by enough stone?
Master Naoko, is there any was there any reports on cave-ins or any fallen rubble that this guy could be trapped in?
Why doesn't it want me to see? Hold on. Got.
You're good.
Oh, there it is.
Actually, funny enough, the spell was only blocked by 10 feet of running water.
Locate or
So
locate creatures.
running water.
Basically, it's treating it like perhaps a less efficient bloodhound.
Yeah. All right. So basically, locate creature. What it does is that it probably sends a magical sensor that follows the ground. That's probably what happens, and it can't cross water.
What the heck?
Yeah, who knows?
Weird.
Well, it can't cross 10 feet of water, which I think is the...
So it's essentially a invisible magical bloodhound.
Okay.
That can't swim well. All right. Question about and this. Hold on. This one is. Where is it? Oh wow. Okay, you're asking the priest. The poor priest who's having trouble breathing. Good.
Yeah, I
Nice.
asked Naoko.
You're really
Well, he was the closest there.
well. Actually, the apothecary is Hanavir. You said so.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean,
All right. So no, that's okay. That's okay. You're in the temple, so why not? He's there praying for the for his spells at the beginning of the day. Well, he looks at you for a brief moment and says, well, there are a few tunnels which caved in. You know how this place is. We do try to expand from time to time because there are more and more initiate coming in. And we are not as talented as dragons to dig inside, or even dwarves. Actually, it would probably benefit a lot if we could have a little community of dwarves help us dig more efficiently. But yeah, there are some weaker points inside of the monastery, and there have been a few caves in. They really tried to eviscerate us when they realized the barrier would be able to hold for a little while. They started firing on the mountain itself. They were probably hoping that it would cause everything to cave in.
okay. Makes sense. All right. Well, we're gonna go look through the cave-ins. I think that's the best thing we could do.
I'll try locate creature.
Okay. All right, let's go, guys. Thank you, Master. Huh? Okay, all right.
No problem, my son. You go about doing your own
Naisha
thing.
will have a cure for you soon, I promise. He's working on it right now.
Okay.
Ear falls off. Well, I only needed one of those anyway.
Oh, my nose? Oh, that's fine. I didn't need to smell.
Yeah, Toby smells bad anyways.
All right, let's leave. How is it 2 campaigns I told I smell now?
I don't know. You should stop volunteering information, you know.
Well, I smell like a raccoon. Whatever, let's go.
Well, I'm kind of the stinky one in this campaign, really.
Well, that's by choice because druids don't need to be stinky.
It makes them closer to nature.
Yeah, that's what he keeps saying. He just looks at all of you and say, well, cats don't take baths. Why should I?
Yeah, bathing is unnatural.
He just licks himself.
Slowly starts pulling out medical textbook.
All right.
Mind you, a gnomish medical textbook, so there's some very curious indexing that Raimi has not deciphered yet.
All right. So you cast locate creature now, or after you went diving
Yes.
inside of Remy's head?
Oh, we can go Raimi's head first.
Oh man, this is such a weird session.
What if we go in there and then locate creature and see what happens?
Well, depends on what you're looking for. All right. Did I miss it?
Where is Raimi? There he is.
So did I miss Fisher saying that he was going to do it in the bathroom? He's not there.
What?
I
No.
didn't hear it.
I don't
I
think I
didn't hear
heard
him.
him.
Do we take a break now?
Well, it would be a bit early, but we could. I don't know.
It would be early.
Sam, did you hear anything about Fisher going to bathroom or something like this?
You should all just go to the bathroom
Oh,
together.
there's a message here. In the bathroom. If you haven't already guessed. Okay. We got our answer. Well, okay. Apparently, in that case, we go looking for people.
Yeah.
Into the
And he cast the. I think he cast the spell too. So it lasts an hour, and it just says we're walking around. We'll try to find him.
Yeah, essentially. So,
Well, one thing Raimi would at least want to try first
Yes.
Okay.
is to possibly see if because the monks had mentioned that like there might be some pathways that even they didn't know about. Like,
Yeah.
there is the possibility that he snuck out through one of those.
Yeah.
So it's worth at least trying.
Okay.
all right.
In fact, it would be pretty hilarious if he went into like one of those very entrances, but then couldn't figure out how to get out, so now he's stuck.
He's lost. Yeah. Alright. So you cast the spell. And you start walking inside the monastery. Helped by Tobiashi. And I don't know, do you want to find someone's help to figure out where you should try and go?
Yeah. Should we? Who would know more? I think we were waiting for Birch to come back.
Who? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Birch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the person with the most information on the cave-ins in the place would be Hikaku, the scroll dude. Because he has maps of the place, and he'd probably have them marked down, or he had at least been told.
Okay, so according to what you told me, Hakaku is the headmaster and Fouth is the history one.
South. Oh my God, I'm getting them all mixed up. Okay, wait. I could change it now. I think those were the last two I had messed up.
Thank goodness I took notes.
Yeah, I had them, but they didn't save.
You have a really big problem with that.
Yeah. I think no, actually, yeah, let's go to the headmaster.
Okay.
Fuck it. He'll have the most information
Okay.
and tell us where we need to go.
Right. So takes. Oh goodness. Sorry. Takes a little bit of time, but he's not hard to find. I mean, it's a bit weird for you, Tobiashi, because usually he's the one trying to find you, but now you're trying. You mischievous little monk. But
You mischievous so-and-so.
but this time you're the one trying to find him, so it doesn't take too long. You managed to find him because, contrary, opposite of you, he's not actually trying to hide. So, well, of course he can help you. He is the headmaster of the monastery, so by default, with the exception of Salafta, who's actually an elf, he is the eldest inside of the monastery as well. So, yes, of course, he can help you travel through the monastery and go where there might have been some cave-in.
Yeah.
Or things in
Okay.
reach that might actually...
Yeah. If you could just show us around, we have someone has a spell going, and we're trying to find the intruder.
Okay. They don't...
And we have a knowledge that he might be in a cave-in, or at least stuck somewhere.
Okay. Yes, of course. He will help. So, how is this going to happen? I think that because you're all the players, you should be the one making the investigation roll. And
Oh, yeah.
because you have a master advantage. But I think the investigation roll should... No, you can. Any one of you can make it. Having the headmaster and having the spell would simply give you advantage and then reduce the DC. All right. So
And then Remy,
someone
whatever
make-
Remy's doing. I forgot, what is Remy doing?
Someone else do it. I'm not good at investigating.
Here, you have your
Yeah, I
answer.
got a plus
He's
1
investigating.
to investigation. Investigation with advantage, Remy, please.
Well, it's like I'm not sure if this would lower the DC or not, but since sorry, processing. Since the monks had not been successful in like finding weird paths, probably due to at least a lack of arcane knowledge, would detect magic also help in this regard? Or is that already kind of accounted for because of everybody who is involved?
It would help slightly, but not that much. Why? Because the monastery was built inside of an old dragon's lair, and the remaining magic would give you false positive every now and then.
Okay, so pockets in certain areas, even if it doesn't mean anything. Okay.
Yeah. So
But
it
yeah.
would help, but not as much as you'd like.
And not worth spending the 10 minutes every time to ritual cast it, which eats into Jorg's spell duration. So, okay. I'll just do it as I am. I
Jorg
already have
will
advantage,
cast
so there's no reason
guidance
to use
on
my
you.
lantern.
Well, if you use your lantern, I will consider that, and instead of giving you advantage because of the master that's there, you'd get advantage from your lantern, and I would instead transfer this into a DC reduction.
Okay, that's an easy spell slot use, or spell point use, so.
Okay.
Right, that is going to be a total of Wait, hold on.
26.
75.
No, just an even 30.
So, just an even 30.
You know,
Fine.
going way above what any mere mortal would be able to do. It's just a 30.
I thought I read a 13, but it was actually an 18.
Oh yeah, sure. You know. So, essentially, you're asking Remy to find a golden needle inside of a bag full of silver needle inside of a huge bag of straw. So, but 30. So,
Yeah.
We believed in him.
he has to find a needle inside of a haystack of needle inside of a haystack. So,
And he found it. No.
it's too easy. Come on. All right, so tracking this lost person as a bloodhound would, sniffing the base of walls, trying to figure out anything he can, starting from where he was initially in his room, and then following him throughout the monastery, being held by Jorg and the headmaster, trying to push you inside of little nooks and crannies where there might have been cave-ins. You, Tobiashi, find a few new place, which I didn't know that place existed. You mean that wall has always been illusion? Damn.
You did, however, find your snack hidey hole.
Damn, I could have
Unfortunately,
ran
the
through
snacks
there
are
one
rotted.
time.
So you've always been proud of the way that you've explored the mountain and always felt like you'd found everything and that you were probably the most revered expert of all that is secret tunnel inside of this mountain, and then suddenly all of your ego starts crumbling apart as you see Remy finding things so easily and the master saying, oh yeah, no, there's an illusion over there. Yeah, absolutely, this one over here, if you lower yourself just enough, it's a tight fit, but you can actually, and you're just gonna
Damn.
You start wondering if your precious little cave where you hid everything was actually really hidden from them.
I gotta check all my stuff in there.
All right. Audience just sent us a message saying that he was going on in his plane. We're going in a break anyway in a few moments. So.
Okay.
Peace.
So
I'll crash in a few moments.
well, I want to say what he wrote there. Looking at boat falling from the sky on fire. Audience wonder if maybe that's why boats should be why boats sail on water. So yeah, you have this wondering thought of, hey, what about my hiding place? Did you actually know it was there? Were you just leaving me alone in my things? I thought I was hidden from you, but maybe you don't say it out loud, just because you don't want.
Yeah.
You don't actually want to know. It takes a long while. Actually, Jorg, do you recast the spell if it...
Yeah, is it gonna take that long?
You're going through a maze inside of the mountain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'll cast it. Or should I just turn into a bloodhound and smell it myself?
Well, then you wouldn't be able to know if he's actually behind that wall. You just need to be able to know that he went to that
Yeah.
wall.
I will do it. I'm recasting it if I can find it. Locate creature. Okay.
He has
Only got one
located
more
locate
casting
creature.
of it. Uh-huh.
However, he must also expend one spell slot to cast Find Spell.
I think that's a cantrip for wizards.
Well, he's not a
Yeah.
wizard. He's a druid. That's
Yeah.
why he has to use his spell
absolutely.
slot. So-
Y'all are joking, but one of the new features that wizards wound up getting was like a expend a resource and they can swap out a spell that they know for that day.
All right. So, takes more than an hour going through all of those little places, bewildering Tobiyashi with the fact that, with his realization that he actually only knew maybe 40% of the actual secret passages inside of this monastery. You get to see a few things which were honestly baffling. You thought it was a tapestry, but it's actually just a spell. The remnant of magical energy, and the monks have managed to harness it using a few crystals and modulate it into the shape of a wall. Okay, they've been doing this for a while. That's impressive. They've learned to harness the latent magic energy of this temple, rechannel it in different places, create illusions, create save points. After maybe, I don't know, nearly 95 minutes, you eventually come to a place where it is caved in. It looks like a pretty severe cave in. But as you're leaning on this and just trying to listen to your spell, you find a place on this wall of stone that, oh, you think you can feel it. He's there, but just at the limit of your spell.
Damn.
You're like 1,000 feet away still.
Yep.
But I sense him.
Every cave-in, any cave-in I've ever watched a video on has never ended well. Especially trying to save the guy.
Yeah. So he's on the other side of this cave in.
Well,
Mm,
can you like turn into like a mole?
that's an idea. And squeeze through. I want to check on the tiny blob in a jar and see how dangerous this situation appears.
Remy, meanwhile, has slowly started backing away from the cave-in entrance.
I know. We just use audience's hell to teleport to the other side of the cave. What
We
could
know
go
that
wrong?
I can feel him at the edge, so we know where he is. We just lock onto him and teleport.
What if there's not enough room for all of us? And
We all
I
die.
could try to, yeah, I could try to squeeze through the crevices, guys. I bet you I make it.
I could turn into some small animal and squeeze through.
Every time you guys say the word squeeze, Remy just cringes and backs up more.
Yeah, but like when we get in there, how are we gonna get him out if we even do get through there?
I'd like to say something, but I'm the dungeon master. I can't say a thing.
Well, if we know that he's 1,000 feet, what if we go to the top, like above ground, and see if we could fill him up there, like exactly right above him? We could dig
How
down.
deep in the mountain are we?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How deep in the mountain are we?
Assuming like the monastery is on like the side of the mountain and not on the very top.
Oh, it's all throughout the mountain.
It's basically like looking at an octopus. So there is the monastery itself that is in the front of the mountain on the highest part, and then it just develops on each side and backward. And the more you go backward, the more these tentacles go everywhere inside of the mountains.
Yeah, I don't think above is gonna be within 1,000 feet.
Oh, Remy, can you pull up the map? Let's see where this tunnel goes. You minor illusioned it earlier.
You got a map of the tunnels? Forgot
I
about
think
that.
you did.
Yeah, Remy, hit M for it.
No, Remy, I swear, because you had a map and then you had a map over the map or something like that. I think that's what you did.
Maybe was doing like a world map situation, because I believe
Oh, I
that was
thought it was
during
a
the
monastery
conversation
map.
where we were looking for a place to drop off the pirates.
Huh. Well, looks like we have to go back to the scroll guy.
Hold on. I
Mm,
am looking into things.
He has maps, so
No, I'm just doing my ex-druid thing and looking through different spells. 'Cause
you would have happened to have prepared stone shape.
that's what I was looking to see if Druid actually had access to that spell, and yes, Druid have access to stone shape, but I don't think that Jorg memorized
I
it.
didn't prepare that.
Which means Jorg needs to sleep 8 hours.
God damn it!
All right, I'll stay here. You guys go do your
It's
thing.
gonna
I'll just
take
be
us
sleeping.
the whole week of just coming up against another problem. Being like, Jorg knows the spell that can fix this, but it's not prepared.
I don't even think about cave-ins.
Wait, no, maybe we could get Naisha to do it. She could teleport. Oh, he doesn't have an orb.
I
Could she teleport
I don't
people?
tell. I suggested it as a joke. I really don't think trying to teleport to the dude is at all a good idea.
Here's
Because
the thing,
generally,
here's the thing.
when you try and teleport and you miss and you end up inside something, you get shunted to the nearest spot,
Yeah.
and it hurts a lot depending on how bad you miss. And so if you miss by a good amount inside a mountain, you're probably gonna die inside the rock.
Yikes.
I could only do mine 110 feet. That wouldn't work anyways. All right, we'll come back. We need a map though. I want to see where this place goes off to, like this hallway or this tunnel system.
All right, well, that's easy enough to do. Now you can actually go see your history teacher, because he would have scrolls and things like this about the layout of the monastery, and he would be able to help you find where this area actually leads and what it might actually be doing.
Okay. Yeah, that's what. Hey, Master Fouth. Sorry, Scroll Guy. So we found the intruder, the guy who snuck into the place. He is currently in a cave-in, but we're trying to see where the tunnel he is stuck in goes to. Maybe see if there's an easier way coming from the outside or wherever it leads to.
Well, most likely not something very difficult to do, so long as you tell me which tunnel it is.
All right, it should be. Wait, we went to this tunnel, right? I think the master. Hopefully, the master is still right next to me.
All right.
Hikaku is there.
Well, there you have two advantage describing this. You have
Yeah.
Remy has an advantage because he has photographic memory. Well, actually, he more has a video memory. But and you have your master who knows the temple inside out. Once again, it takes a little bit of time. There is a bit of research to be doing. Apparently, it's not an obvious tunnel. They just take out one map and then another map, and then you cross-reference with another map. And you you get to see things from the from your monastery, which you had no idea. It's sort of weird. You spent your entire life there. You looked everywhere to find so many hidden passages, and you found some. But you realize that the entire monastery is this maze of rooms that have been built on top of another one, on top of another one. So you got the oldest map, which is a dragon lair layout. And from what you've read, you know that not a lot of dragons actually live in mountains. The three most known dragons that lives inside of high mountains, not base of mountains, but higher in the mountains, are gold dragons, silver dragons, and red dragons. Usually red dragon lives inside of a mountain near a volcano, and as far as you know, this is not a volcanic mountain. So most likely the original owner of this place was a silver or a gold dragon. Which is a good thing for your monastery. It helps bring, it helps your friends suddenly become more at ease with the fact that you live inside of a dragon's lair, and you might have been receiving the magical influence of this dragon throughout the year. So they sort of have okay, he's not actually another one of audience thing. He might have actually been influenced by good throughout his life. Fisher, it probably helps you to, be reassured that Tobiashi isn't actually another audience.
Have enough of those.
That would explain why Toby was so into the Church of the Dragon, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Just studying dragons, it's just always been a thing.
Then, apparently, this group of monk arrived and started establishing their own monastery, and they took over some of the more prominent places and transformed it into their own little things. And then there's a third generation of monks that starts expanding everywhere. So it's really a cave layout on top of a cave layout with another cave layout that expands outward and creates more things. And you get the feeling that many of those little tentacles that leads to other places, other storage place, were actually the beginning of probably the vassals of this dragon digging through the mountain and trying to find rare minerals or things like this, and they just decided to expand on this. So it's a bit of a weird layout, but eventually they do find...
There has to be treasure.
They find an X in a room. No. They do find a few scrolls, which when you put them each on top of one another, and which Remy is more used to seeing this type of scroll that you can just put on top of one another, and they're so thin that you can actually see a bit of what's under them. They just lay this out and press it on the table, and you can actually see that little tentacle that goes out from the room where you were and into a smaller room. And after that room, the tentacle keeps going out and all the way to a small exit of the mountain. It's roughly 1,000 feet off the ground from the side of the ocean. Anyone wanting to use it would have had to be very prepared. So it's most likely not the best of place to prepare an invasion, but an interesting place for someone to run out, get picked up, exactly. But that's a lot of tunnel. It's a very long tunnel, and there's only one room in it. And judging from what Jorg's spell allowed you to see, the person is most likely not far from the room.
Okay. Oh, we just have to wait for him to prepare that spell.
All
Not much
right.
else we could do.
You guys,
Are you gonna go to sleep right now?
good night.
You know, it's 11 p.m. in the morning. I'm gonna go to bed. Good night, people.
Yeah, let's
we
have lunch
located
first,
him.
and then I'll
That's
go to
good.
bed.
You located him.
Jorg is actually a
think-
cat.
Well, he
Awake
can
for a
be.
few hours, sleeps for the rest.
He can be if he wants to.
We have a plan to get to him.
We do.
Now, for the rest of the day, I think we
As
could
long as he
either
survives.
we could help look for the rest of the people, or we go into Remy's mind.
You can either dig through rocks or dig through Remy's mind.
I fear like digging it by hand, unless you're a good digger, Fisher.
You mean into Remy's mind?
No. But Terry does have access to telekinesis, which is good at moving heavy things. And disintegrate.
So we're just gonna disintegrate and move things out of the way.
Yeah, I mean the problem with that kind of thing is that if you where something has collapsed, it's because stuff was unsteady, and if you pull out rubble that is now load bearing, you're gonna cause more stuff to collapse.
There is now a box where Raimi used to be.
I would say we could try to enter from the exit, but I don't know how much closer that's going to get us to. Because I don't think on that side it might have collapsed, since there's still the room there.
If he seemed to be trying to conserve energy in a I'm stuck here and possibly might run out of supplies way, I feel like he'd probably it's probably because he can't go the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Unless
Well, what I meant is that like he might not be 1,000 feet away if we're closer to him on the other side. It'd be easier to dig to him and less of a chance of it totally collapsing, but we don't know where it's load bearing at.
I mean, it could also be that like the collapsed part might not be 1,000. Is probably not 1,000 feet thick.
Yeah.
he's probably just 1,000 feet away from
Mhm.
here. Uh,
Hmm.
I'm gonna bring Terry out.
Okay.
I step back.
No, I'm still scouting, still looking at options. And I would like to ask him to use clairvoyance to try and determine how big this
Room is that he's in?
collapse is.
Oh, the collapse. Terry for the clutch.
It helps to have a pocket 11th level sorcerer.
Okay. Okay. Well, the limitation of the spell makes it that the sensor cannot be moved. But and the other limitation is that it has to be familiar or something that is obvious. The problem is that showing him the map is not going to help him because he doesn't have any eyes.
Yeah.
You'd have to be able to show him a representation of where you want the sensor to be.
Uh-huh.
A representation
can
he can actually see.
Can I create that with minor illusion?
Yes, but that would only be half of the solution because remember, he can't actually see colors. He doesn't have any eyes. If you just show him the image of the map, for him, it just looks like a plane of magic.
Yeah.
It's possible to do it with that, but I don't want to give you the answer because I'm the dungeon master and you're player.
If he reads your mind, maybe he could see it.
Terry would tell you that the problem is that he can't understand the image you're gonna show him. He's never seen that. Although he is curious to know how you see things.
Yeah, let him in your mind. Because if he's in your mind, then he could see what you see him.
Would you like to have 15 minutes to think about this? We could go on a break.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Yeah, I got to put clothes in the washer. I mean, dryer.
Well, both works.
We needed that distinction. That was important. Thank you for making it.
Yeah, no problem. Hey,
You need to make sure that
I was
man
really
of the
confused
people.
for a second, but then you cleared things up. So thanks for that.
All right, we're going to go on the break. We're going to let our players figure out how they can use Terry to get a better understanding of what's there. And hopefully in 15 minutes, they'll have a solution. And we'll be back. So see you in 15 minutes. Bye. And hello, we're back. We do not need marsh sounds. Tobiyashi is looking at audience, looking in the distance. And so we go back to Fisher having an intense conversation with Terry and being confused with a few things. Now, the only one who would be able to know a little bit what Fisher is confused about is Remy, because you took time to learn Terry's language, so you can actually understand the stars he's putting in front. And where Fisher seems to start being confused is that Terry says, "Why don't we ask the previous owner of this place, the builder? We know him, right?" Which brings Fisher to be extremely confused and ask Terry more questions To which Terry would answer, "We've seen him somewhere. It's the latent energy of this place. It's familiar. But I don't know where." Jorg, you're muted.
All right,
Sorry,
guys,
Tiffany was
ideas.
talking to me.
Who have we met that was secretly a dragon? Could be literally anybody. But
Who's
probably not
secretly a
literally.
dragon?
Yeah, so
Somebody we've previously met. Terry recognizes the residual energy of this place in a way that would suggest we have met the dragon that first created this place before.
Tobiashi,
That is very
from
interesting.
your knowledge of dragons, knowing where this place is, this wouldn't help you that much because silver and gold dragons both have the ability to polymorph themselves. So it could literally be anywhere, anyone. But you have encountered.
Wasn't the dragon that audience was trying to give gifts to Silver?
Yes. That.
And she is older than the island chain. So
Mhm.
And Terry was there when we did go see her, right? Or at least in his
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, I guess she could have before she was on that island chain.
Maybe. A, B.
Audience.
I'm not sure. As I'm trying to remember, like what those specifically the words Terry used, like for his journals, but Raimi would communicate in the star language, like how many cycles. I think
He's having a
cycles was
hard
the word
time
he used.
remembering when. He said it just felt familiar, but was having a hard time placing when he first.
Well, I, the player, only heard where. I was just figuring, like, maybe he
Yeah,
would
no,
remember,
sorry,
like, around
both.
when he remembers
Uh-huh.
feeling it.
all he remembers is that it was so powerful that he could sense it through his box.
So he wasn't able to clairvoyance in there?
Well, we haven't got there yet.
What if I tried to scry?
I
use,
was showing
scrying
him
to
where,
see
and
the
he was
dragon?
like, "Wait, why don't we just ask the person who made it?" And I was like, "Huh?" And we got totally derailed.
Okay.
We could try scrying the dragon.
We're gonna we scry the dragon with the whole place.
Well, the thing is that you'd need to be able to feel that that residual energy everywhere. And even then, could scrying work like this?
Could you? Yeah, could you? Are they gonna fail
And then
the
you'd have
wisdom
to
save?
the dragon would have to fail on the scry,
Yeah.
which I don't think is gonna happen.
You know that the monastery was built. Well, no, the monastery isn't 400 years old, but it was pre-existing. So you're looking at a dragon that is at least 200 years old, It's starting to be a bit hard to force a scrying spell on a dragon 200 years old. It's not impossible. He's not gonna like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna try to scry on him, and he's gonna come over and murder us.
Hey, at least we know where the dragon was. You guys throw me under the bus. I'll pretend to die, turn into an animal, and escape.
That's definitely happening. All right. Let's tackle one thing at a time. We don't
Okay.
need to find the dragon right now.
Mm-mm.
We need to get this guy out of the cave. In.
Mhm.
That would be so difficult. Damn. The modifier for scrying.
Hey, as gaseous forms, could we just seep through the
Can we seep through the cracks?
Well,
If there's
can cast-
a hole an inch wide all the way through to where I could reach him, but then how do we get back?
Yeah, because I can do wind walk, turn us all into gaseous forms.
And we just
But
go
then
through the
I
cracks.
would have to turn. Yeah, then we'd have to like cast it again on him. Once we made it
That's a
through.
good idea to get to him. Now the only problem is like to get out, we'd still have to have you prepare the stone augmentation thing.
Yeah.
Wind
'Cause
walk
if we could-
lasts for like 8 hours, and you can turn in and out. Oh,
Can we
I guess
turn other
getting him
people
out.
in and out of
To
it?
get him out, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if we're inside, we
Well-
could at least see where the cave in is the weakest, or like where it actually caved in from.
If we getting him out is a lot easier because once we're with him, we can much more safely teleport just back to the monastery. Probably,
That is true.
with all of that.
Mm,
so here's the thing.
that's a good point.
Your idea to transform one or all of you into mist and try and find a way through all of those rock. First problem is you don't know exactly how deep this is. You'd have to find your way in there. And if your spell ends before you reach the other side, you retake your shape in the rock.
Oh my god. Oh, I forgot you had gaseous form. Let's try to get to the exit. I just want to get to the exit and go through it and see how far it is like caved in over on that side.
Mm.
And if we have to stay the night there, then we have to stay the night there.
Mm-hmm. Also, if he was planning on being picked up from the exit, like we should check it out anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, get the map. Let's go.
Mm.
I've never turned into gas before.
Well, if you want to go to the exit on the other side, you can just take the ship that you've left outside and then go there and then use the spell. You know, it's just...
That's true. That's true.
Well,
All
are we
right.
talking about gaseous form or wind walk?
Oh, windwalk.
Wind walk lasts 8 hours, so
Yeah, we can make
So-
it. But it's good to.
Yeah.
I guess it would be good to have the ship there, but fuck it. guys. All right. All right, let's go get the ship and go over there.
All right.
yeah, that's probably a good idea.
All right.
I feel like audience isn't here for some reason.
Now, audience is unconscious because he walked too close to an outside window, and then he got hit by a flying rock.
He got hit by another ball.
No, we did say that he started sending rocks also. They're smaller in size, like hail, but hailstone. But if it hits right, pow, between the eyes, you just turned around and you saw audience turning around and oh,
Yeah. All right.
that's what happens.
We
when
go
you fail saving
down to the. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, we go down. Fisher knows how to fly.
throw.
Hmm?
You know how to sail.
Oh, the ship.
Not fly.
Okay, yeah.
Sail.
Fly, sail. We're in the air.
I know how to sail. I vaguely figured out how to fly.
All
All
right.
right, we start heading over there.
You go down the mountain. You go get the ship. You ask the ship. We're nearly at the end of the day when you manage to arrive at the
That's
exit on the other side. The sun is nearly set. There's only maybe half an hour of light left. Remy is wondering when you're going to go digging through his mind because it's a trauma. He's not sure he wants to go through several times and prepare, and then prepare again, then prepare again, then prepare again.
I mean, how long was the
Well,
ship?
you went back to the monastery, and then you went down the path all the
And
way
then we had to
down
go
the
down to the
mountain.
ship.
Then you went to the ship, and then from the ship you went to the exit, which you approximately know where it is, but fortunately you have a crew helping you figure it out. So if you want to really be mean to yourself, roll a perception roll, and so long as you don't roll a 1, you don't spend the entire night looking for it.
I'll cast guidance.
Oh, my perception's pretty good.
That's why I said so
I didn't
long as you
roll a
don't
1.
roll a natural 1.
INB4.
And then a D4.
Yeah.
No, I said INB4, but yes, D4.
Oh. D4. Nice. 23.
Okay. Well, at least you become convincing to the rest of your party that you are actually good at finding hidden passages. You kept bragging about how well you find all of those little passages, and then you got completely humiliated by your teacher, who seemed to have already found all of these things. You're really hoping that they didn't go inside of your secret stash and rummage through everything there, because you left a few compromising things, but that you wanted to show to Ruby.
Like what are these scrolls?
Anatomy textbooks.
Especially the female one. It was young Tobiyashi.
All he could get his hands on.
My boy playbooks.
What's this bird watching book?
That's bird watching book.
Yeah. No, that's what you thought they were. Bird watching book. Harpies, they're birds, right?
Yeah.
That explains so much when we were fighting the.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess it's canon now. That's how you learn about the female form. You thought it was a book about birds.
But they're hot women birds.
Yeah. Well, that want to tear your heart out and kill you. But still hot.
Is that not hot?
Is that not... All right, into the exit.
So you go down the mountain, you get to the ship, you find all of this quite easily. And Tobiyashi restores part of his reputation as a master tunnel finder inside of his monastery. It still takes a while because it was an hour to get down from the monastery to the ground, and then go to the ship, and then go there. So you've been at it for nearly 8 hours when you arrive. 8 hours since, with everything you did today, not just this. I mean, everything you did today. While we were on break, I sort of tallied the 1 hour there, 1 hour here, 1 hour here. You've been doing this for almost 8 hours now.
This
You know
guy
what,
better be
next
grateful.
walking around trip, we're getting the horses out.
Or teleport to the ship, because your ship, you could actually do that. You know where it is, what it is, how it is, what it looks like.
We're still getting used to having the helm.
Yeah.
And Sam isn't here to
Mhm.
suggest it.
Yeah, he's passed out. I don't know. Actually, why did he pass out?
Well, you see,
Fisher's
because I
just
think it's
been
an
carrying
attunement
him around
item.
Bridal Star this whole time.
So
Yeah.
audience got knocked out. And I don't believe you can attune to an item that somebody else is currently attuned to. So it's like, well, shit.
It's true.
And then there was this whole discussion to Remy about using his dagger to fake kill audience, so you can take the helm and then attune to it and then take the dagger out. Then you realize that, if it's going to take an hour to attune, so we're going to be down there in the ship by the time that I finish attuning to it, so never mind.
And probably the first time in a while where it's just like, it's just not worth killing.
Fake killing.
Man, who would have thought? Killing's not always the answer.
No.
What?
Mm,
And
So,
ironically, I think out of everybody in the party, Remy's probably, audience a bit debatable, but has probably killed the fewest people. But I'm also mostly counting the unintentional kills of Jorg per infestation.
Okay.
yeah. Jorg is a...
Although now we have to think about the indirect kills for other people, though. It's like is audience responsible for all of the deaths caused by his church?
Yes. Yes. Anyways.
What you're saying is that we really do have a murder hobo in the group. He looks like a hobo. He kills people.
That's tragic.
And he also hates Kenku. It all fits.
He's the BBEG.
You figured it out! Yay! Now kill him! Alright, so I get there.
figured out my connection to the hunter cult.
That's, yeah! You're the leader! That wouldn't be something if in 20 episodes you learn that that's actually the case.
That'd be kind of sick.
Man, Jorg was looking so forward to pulling out his BBEG stat block.
He's actually the wolf in polymorph shape.
That explains the subclass change. It all fits.
Yeah, Jorg actually died. It's not him that came back.
While in the nature shard,
Yeah. So,
he turned into a dog.
yeah.
It was the dryads.
Yeah.
That's the train.
Well, at least, no, not even.
Anyway, what the fuck we were doing?
You.
You're entering through the exit.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. You were.
Going in the back door.
Exactly.
Something Toby's very familiar with.
Well, okay, all right. Okay.
Toss up a black feather.
I think it would probably be a good thing that we don't push this too far in terms of time, because I feel like we are reaching a dangerous level right now. So
Mm-hmm.
We can come to the jokes later. Not what I meant, actually,
Okay.
at the time.
Into the tunnel. Let's
Into the
see
tunnel we
how deep
go.
it goes.
oh, good lord.
It will
It's
never
hard.
end.
Damn it!
Damn you.
It is difficult.
I'm dying.
Oh, I know what the title of the episode's gonna be. Between a rock and a hard place.
That's how you know audiences in here.
We're talking about this kind of situation that we're in.
Okay, we
Jacob,
go
what do we
into
come
the
upon?
tunnel.
All right. Yeah. Oh, come on, guys. You find this little black hole in the middle of the mountain where the enemy was supposed to come out. All right. Well, I think everyone needed that laugh. All right. So you easily find that little exit tunnel in the side of the mountain, thanks to Tobiyashi focusing very much on a dark place. You get the ship close. You get the impression now that, okay, that definitely looks like some sort of a small exit. You know, there's even some sort of small ledge there. Someone at some point decided to make this a nice viewpoint of the ocean. So you ask the captain to move the ship as close as you can. The actual navigator of the ship, you know, that was given to you by the hunter, not the hunter cult, the dragon cult. Getting my cult mixed up.
Too many cults
It's
in
hard.
this game.
Yeah.
What is this called, Cthulhu?
Yeah, especially if you say cult in French, spelled the way that it is in English, it's gonna say ass. So. That's because the T is silent in a word like this, so you have to say it exactly as C-U-L, and in French, C-U-L is ass. So,
The more you know.
You get closer. You can easily extend a plank and create a small makeshift bridge to that ledge. You all move forward and find yourself on that ledge. You drag audience because he's still unconscious because of the rock that fell from the sky.
Yeah.
I wanted to make this a minor nuisance, but it turns out that it gives a perfect excuse for audience to be absent. Weird. So,
Funny how that worked out.
yeah. So, you find yourself on this little ledge. The ship looks at you for a moment. You see a deckhand just looking at you saying, should we just stay here, or are you gonna find yourself?
Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back soon.
So we stay here. How
Yeah,
long?
yeah.
It's getting a bit late, you know.
We're probably gonna sleep the night here.
Oh, so we can just come back tomorrow.
No, I mean on the ship.
Well, didn't you
What do
say
you mean?
there's like a room?
Yeah, there's a room on this side.
Yeah, so they could probably come back.
Yeah, come back tomorrow, as early as you can.
Okay. Good night. Don't
Night.
let the tunnel bugs bite.
Okay, all right, buddy. Put the fries in the bag. Sorry. All right. And we started venturing in. We need lights. Anyone bring a torch?
Cast
Maybe
light.
just shrugs and like holds up his lantern, like
There we go.
Turn into a firefly.
it's like, why does just everybody forget that Raimi is a constant source of light?
Because for once ever, we have a D&D party in which nobody is started.
Which still has its disadvantages.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nobody ever remembers that.
Well, that does
Oh, I have a
explain why
lantern too.
kobolds always had advantage everywhere and never seemed to have disadvantage.
I thought they had disadvantage in the sun.
Yeah, but you never
Well,
met any in the sun.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
or more accurately, you never meet a DM who puts them in bright sunlight,
True.
either on the player side or on the DM side.
Contrary to popular belief, we're not that dumb. I don't know. I feel like I've just heard 5,000 dungeon masters throughout the world say, "Hey, are you calling me dumb?"
Yeah.
Well, I am criticizing you for giving the kobold race of players basically free advantage for an entire campaign because you keep forgetting to put bright sunlight in your combats. Yeah, I went there.
Damn.
But to be fair, I think you've only fought kobolds twice in this campaign. So, fought a lot of goblins, but kobolds only twice. You've met kobolds, but haven't fought them. All right.
Do we find this room?
Well, you go through this little passage, snaking its way as far as you can. But maybe after 20 minutes of walk, you find yourself in front of a lot of rubbles and a completely blocked off passage.
Let me try something. Hey!
You hear something in the cave say, "Hey! Hey!"
Okay, all right. Well, we're out of luck, guys.
Another cave-in.
Yeah, it's a totally different cave-in from the one we saw earlier.
Well, can you cast locate creature again? And we can see if we're close. Because that was the whole reason.
Yeah,
'Cause
see
I
if we're
figured this
closer
would
now.
happen,
Yeah.
and then Toby was like, maybe we'll be closer from this side.
Let's do it. I'll cast locate creature.
Well, just a reminder. What locate creature is allowing you to see is, are you closer to the guy?
Yeah.
Not closer to a thinner portion of the collapsed tunnel.
That's fine. We just
Okay,
want to know
okay.
how close the guy is now.
So, you concentrate, you cast a spell, try and reach him. You listen. After maybe 10 minutes of really carefully trying to feel it out, you don't feel the guy.
No!
So he's deeper in. Oh my gosh.
Dang.
I mean, we're closer to the room at least. It's not the room he's in.
I did say that he
So-
was close to the room.
So, Jorg, what can that stone spell actually do? Can you like structure it to where it won't fall in on itself?
That would be a mold earth.
No, earth is just earth. It's stone, but you need...
Oh,
So there's kind of two options. There's stone shape, which can do that 5 feet at a time.
ugh.
How many times would you have to cast that?
It's
There
a
is
fourth level
also
spell. I get to cast it 3 times.
Another option I thought of that would be more risky because it gets into the taking out the support that the collapse might still be providing, is transmute rock, which allows you to do a 40-foot cube at a time. But that would turn it to mud.
5th level.
Turn it to mud.
Yeah. And then we'd essentially just be dealing with a mudslide in a tunnel. And potentially causing another collapse.
Or we plant, what's his face? Hope it turns into the big guy and make him do the tunneling.
You wouldn't fit in the tunnel.
Oh yeah, does Onak have anything he could do? Summon him.
I mean, maybe he's also kind of got, but all his spells seem to be either healing or plant focused.
Well, he might be able to do something at least.
Well,
I could do erupting earth and just blow up the tunnel a bunch of times.
yeah, absolutely. Let's when you suggest that, Arunak's gonna slowly start stepping back.
Onak, okay. What can you do, Onak? Could you help us with this or no?
So, I also have a thought, but it would only be above table.
Okay. Let it rip.
So this is a very unusual spell that I would never use normally.
Hell yeah.
Like, as in, I would probably never prepare it on any given day if I were a druid. But if instead we cast Investiture of Earth with Jorg, and Jorg wild-shaped into a flying creature, which in Draken's world has a higher movement speed than what would normally be like possible in the game. Jorg would be able to essentially fly through the stone like it was air.
What?
And be able to pass to the nearest unoccupied earthy space, before being punished by being shunted.
You can move through solid earth or stone as if it were air without destabilizing it, but you can't end your movement there. I could do that. And then once I'm
another risk because it's dependent on how far you can go, and we don't know how far it goes.
Yeah. Plus, once I'm in there, I have to do a long rest to get wind walk, then turn that guy and myself back into air, and then squeeze through the rock or something. Because that's still.
Well, if we wait for audience to wake up.
Oh, I take the teleport staff.
Helm.
And try to use that. Helm.
Once you've
that
seen
could
it
work.
twice, it significantly increased the success chance of anything. So yeah, it is a chance because you don't know just how deep the cave-in is, but everything that Remy said. By mimicking a bird that's flying through the air at incredible speed and then slamming itself on the side of a mountain and then looking at all of you confused and then creating an image of a worm that's going through the earth, you all start realizing that he's saying that Jorg could use a spell that allows you to fly in a mountain and go through the rock.
Wait, Jorg. You were this strong this whole time? What?
Investiture of...
It's a 6th level spell.
Earth.
6th or 5th?
6th.
So he just got the ability to do this.
For 10 minutes.
So when we were at the other entrance, it said that he was 1,000 feet away, so you'd have to be able to go 1,000 feet in one turn. Or at least at the edge. It was at the edge of your spell.
Yes. That he could feel the other person. He never said anything about there's 1,000 feet of collapsed tunnel. It's just that the enemy is at the edge of the spell. The collapse tunnel could have only been 20 feet, 30 feet. It could also be several hundred feet. You don't know. But the advantage...
But as long as I can...
Well, the advantage of your spell is that even if you can't cover the distance of the cave-in, you don't get hurt by being rejected by the mountain.
And if you get far enough, you should get rejected to the other side.
Oh, good point.
Get in there.
Plus, I know... Well...
The problem is
I
still
don't know where he is
just
from
you
here.
stuck inside.
Yeah, I have to get the...
Well, that's the other part of my plan.
Once he's in there, he's seen the area. He's familiar with it.
So then he would be easy
to teleport in there.
Uh-huh.
And teleport out. If it's big enough.
Plus,
I suppose there's also one other extra alternative for getting the entire party there, but it requires a method that we've used before, but I know Raimi wouldn't like, so Raimi would not suggest it.
All right. Oh shit! The bomb.
Yes!
No!
That's just casting erupting earth again.
No, I'm talking about a method that we have used previously to get the whole party into a location at once, discreetly, say in somebody's pocket.
Right. Yes.
Wait, we
Yeah,
used
that was
before?
stressful. In the smaller what's it called?
Dimensional storage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, putting the bubble over your head.
Yeah, but this time I won't be in it to cast like air bubbles.
I could always put my silk on you, and I'd already teleport with you when you're in there.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
the
a good
whole
point.
The whole safety
lasts
thing of
for
Jorg
hours.
being everybody being
yeah.
able to survive in there forever if Jorg's there is gone if
Ah.
Jorg's not there.
Well, you'd be able to survive for a few
Fisher
minutes. You'd have
and
enough
Toby
air.
can come with me with the silk and Fisher.
Yeah, I
just
could
being
teleport
able to
to you.
survive in the dimensional storage.
All right, but why do we all want to go in there? Is it so we could all find a
don't
way
know.
to get out, or
Ooh.
oh?
Now, the
Well, it'd
question
be-
is, how does
'cause
Remy
he-
say it?
Yeah, how does Remy say this?
Well, the last thing we want is Jorg to pop out and the dude to be like, fuck you, and
No.
attack him.
All right.
Uh-huh.
So Raimi like putting the plan together. Like Raimi throws his ritual book on the ground.
Okay.
Spikes it, yeah.
It's like he turns to the page with Rari's telepathic bond,
There we go.
All right.
points to everybody, and then points to Jorg. Then shows an illusion of a bird hitting a wall really hard.
Okay.
We cast Ray's telepathic bond. Jorg does the bird wall thing, gets to the other side. We can still communicate.
And then Raimi points to
Telepathically.
audience.
Audience can
Audience's head
teleport
was
us.
currently knocked out.
Oh,
Teleport
audience
the rest
can
of us
teleport.
to Jorg because
we could-
he's familiar with it. Because Jorg's familiar with it, and he can.
God, this magic stuff is complicated. I don't know how you
Yeah.
guys just keep it in your
So,
mind all the time.
I still do need to long rest to prepare that.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Well,
Do
we're
we
here.
want to go through
nighttime.
in the other
Because we
side?
never finished this. Hey, Terry. Clairvoyance. We never ended up
I mean, that
doing
is
it on the other side. Probably should have gotten around to doing that before we left.
All right, so what exactly do you want Terry to see with this?
Try and see how far the collapsed section goes.
How much of the
So-
tunnel's collapsed?
Yeah, just kind
It's
of
super
basically
dark.
pop it up on the other side, or say like 100 feet from where we are. Like if we're standing like right at the edge of it, say like 100 feet, and if that's still in it, do it again, like farther down.
Wouldn't you have to connect to see through it? He doesn't have eyes.
No, you won't be able to understand what he sees, but you already have that solution for that.
Yep.
Okay. We go into Terry's mind. I think
More or
that's a
less.
horrible idea, actually.
I mean, honestly, if it's actually short enough, Raimi could actually run to the other side if it's short
Mhm.
enough.
I could. I don't know. Yeah, it depends. I think I could do 200 feet.
Just saying, if Jorg actually transformed into, I don't know, a hawk, he'd probably be able to cover something like 400 feet in a single
Oh.
turn. You know, if you just dive bomb and
Oh, if I try going,
essentially if you dash in a bird shape, which is whatever speed they say in the monster handbook, plus 50 for a bird. Dash is twice that. That's the
Mhm.
distance you can cover with your spell, and hopefully be far enough to either be rejected on the other side or already have cleared the blockage.
All right, we wait for him, but clairvoyance.
Oh man, that's so bad. I just thought of some things when I said blockage. You know, essentially you're trying to figure out just
We're
how
doing a
the,
colonoscopy
just
of the
how
tunnel.
the exactly how deep does the mountain constipation go?
No. I mean, it's over 200 years old. It has to have been needing it.
All right, so if Terry's going to see there, he doesn't mind. He just needs to know where to put the sensor. Which Fisher, you've asked me enough questions to know that it's possible to do. And then there's the problem that Terry won't understand what he sees. You also have the answer to that question, which now I just want to see if you put all the puzzle pieces together and you cast the proper spell and so on.
Well, I guess do we still have our telepathic bond up? I assume
We haven't put it.
takes
How
an
long does it
hour,
last?
or it lasts an hour.
It lasts for an hour anytime we cast it, so
Yeah.
it would just take 10 minutes to cast again.
So, assuming we have that up, I think that should be
All right.
good. And then I will use minor illusion to show him where.
All right. An image. I want to say intelligence, just intelligence, because it's you building an image in your mind and just giving it shape.
Hell yeah. 21.
21. That's incredible. You could sell that as a abstract art and you'd make a fortune. So
21.
Abstract art by
Got those 4K graphics.
No, it's always remember this always when you make a roll. The average person has a maximum of 20 when he rolls. You know, the average peasant, when he tries to do a skill check, he's not supposed to have any bonus. So he has a maximum of 20. So whenever you roll higher than 20, you've done something that no normal person can actually do. if you make an investigation roll and you roll 21 and the DC was 20, just keep in mind that what you just did, no normal peasant in the world would have been able to do it.
Ah, those peasants.
So
Get on our level.
yeah.
Give me sight beyond sight.
So Fisher, you did a piece of art, of magical art, that is more precise than any normal person would have been able to do in the world. Just keep that in mind. Meaning that it's
yeah.
pretty good. So
It's not bad. It's all right.
yeah. So you create the image. Terry looks at it. Well, orients his head in that direction. Memorize it and start casting clairvoyance. Just starts concentrating. The casting time is 10 minutes. So concentrate. Oh, look, audience is starting to wake up. That's because
Hey there, buddy.
that's because the stream is ending.
Oh.
Technically, you will be there next episode. So yeah, he's starting to wake up. After 10 minutes, Terry.
We have this whole plan. We did the whole episode. He's gonna wake up for the end of it.
Well, that's what happened when you're absent.
How much would he really help, though?
Oh. All right. Sam would find it funny, not audience, but Sam would. All right. So where exactly on the map did you ask him to send it? The maximum range is 1 mile, so he could technically just send it back into the monastery.
Yeah. I was thinking just like 100 feet past where we're currently at.
Okay.
So 100 feet, yeah, into the blockage. Possibly.
All right.
It goes that far.
And that color will be... Okay. Concentrate. And he starts an image formed in his mind, which, because of the bond, you can all say that you're still in solid rock. He ends the spell.
What happened to my camera? What the hell?
I don't know. All of your cameras sometimes do weird stuff. The only one that doesn't do weird stuff is mine, because I don't have a false background. I'm the weird stuff in my camera. So takes back. Well, 100 feet in, it's still solid rock. That's at least the image you get. Takes back the spell. You said 100 feet more. Is that it?
Yep.
All right. He redoes the spell. Takes another slot. Concentrate. Now it's going to increase. Oh, okay. Okay. How do I put this in description? All right. Well, that's very easy enough. So you concentrate, and an image starts forming in your mind. At first, you go to we're still in solid rock, and then hold on. I think I can see something. But this is when you realize, oh yeah, no, I can absolutely see something. the sensor is half in the bedrock, but you can see something. So now you know that you have exactly 200 feet of stone to dig through. I rolled each time I rolled it, and it was increasing, and you had a pretty high chance of succeeding this time. You had 90% chance that it was enough, and I rolled 96. So essentially, you are right at the edge. So you know you have exactly 200 feet of rock to go through in order to
That's
get.
pretty far.
Yeah. That's a nasty constipation for the mountain.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
Hmm.
I
But
could run that.
for a bird, you said it goes 50 feet or 50
You would
feet
make it.
further than. Yeah. That's like 2 turns for a bird.
Well, you need to make it in one.
One if you dash.
All right. So
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, yeah. A dash, because it's 50 feet further than what
It
it
doubles
says, and
your
then
speed.
twice that per dash. So their fly speed is 60 feet according to D&D Beyond. So if I go,
So it would be 115 feet with the my adjustment.
mhm.
So taking the dash action would give you 230.
You'd be able to clear
Sweet.
it.
All right. So we have a plan.
Yep, now we just rest.
Yep. Nap time.
Again,
I make a
Ray
hammock.
would never
just hanging
personally
from the
suggest
ceiling.
this, but he would potentially have one more idea, but he never suggests it because it would mean he'd have to do it.
Uh-oh.
All right, Remy, I know you can do this. Get in there.
You know, you still have the telepathic bond, so the moment you think about it, no. I'm not gonna force
Everybody
you on
hears
that.
That would be a nightmare if that's how that bond worked. It would just be like static. You'd never be able to think anything.
Just like, go away, gay thoughts.
God, I wonder if there's male harpies.
Are that my thoughts or Georg? Come on, stop thinking about birds.
All right, I guess we sleep here, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Right next to the mountain constellation.
Right next to the cave-in. I make everybody a hammock with my silk, other than Fisher.
Wow, rude.
We're gonna. I don't know if my silk can hold you.
Double rude.
I think the audience weighs more than I do, which is wild, but I think we figured that
All right,
out
it
at some
should-
point.
I make everyone a hammock.
Whoa.
Thank you.
But you know,
Thank you.
really weighs down your soul.
Yeah, I could feel. I'm touching everyone's soul, like body, with my soul. It's getting a little weird, guys. You're gonna have weird dreams tonight.
Why are they gonna have weird dreams? Isn't it supposed to be you because it's your soul? Unless you want to touch them in ways that they shouldn't be touched during their sleep.
All right, then I'll have their dreams.
Yeah, you're the one whose soul has to rub on everyone's butt.
True. Yeah, nobody fart in their sleep, please.
Don't tell me what to do.
Oh man,
I can't fart.
I can't fart.
Then suddenly Tobiashi thinks, "Wow, how does it feel to wipe your butt with someone's soul?"
All right, we're going to sleep.
Silky smooth.
I think it's like Charmin Ultra Soft. I think that's what they called it.
Oh, all right.
That's their secret ingredient.
It's silk. It's the souls.
It's
of
the
their
soul
workers.
of the Charmin. It's the cat Charmin. Is that it?
No, the bears.
The
right?
bears. Oh, that's
The
worse.
bears.
You know that there are children bear in that group. Ah,
Bears,
you're
yeah.
wiping your behind
It's
with the
bear
souls
souls.
of children bear. Oh man, Tobiyashi, I didn't know
Fucking
that
gross,
about
dude.
you.
Dude, do we need to call somebody?
Okay, guys. Anyways, what I do on my own time is
All right. So, are we
Think of
still
it's
on?
getting into our dreams. It starting to be our business.
All right, we're still on the air. We haven't been canceled yet, so we get to
Mm.
finish this normally. Oh, wow! All right, that was an intriguing episode. I think everyone was.
I
a
still
little bit
vote
tired.
for. I still vote for the episode title being "Between a Rock and a Hard Place."
That's a good title.
That is a really good title.
Where the sun don't shine.
That's a good one too.
Telling me you can't name it Mountain Colonoscopy?
I thought it was gonna be Remy's dream. It'd be, I guess it'd be a 1.5 because we only talked about it in this one. The next one has to be the dream.
Actually, I think Fisher gave me the Andre. You probably gave me the one title that I can actually write without fear of being
It's a meta
restricted on YouTube. Yeah,
A mountain
mountain colonoscopy.
All the day's work.
Yeah, thanks. I've been having trouble
Welcome.
figuring out the titles of the episodes lately. So, with this, because I think we're going to need everyone when everyone wakes up, I think it's a good place to end the episode. Anyway, I think Jorg wants to go to bed soon, and I don't know if Fisher needs to go to bed soon, but... So, see? All right. So, next episode, we will go inside. I like the idea that you had. It wasn't anything that I'd planned, but as you know me, I really don't have a problem with that. So that's going to be interesting. And if it works, I will reward it in some way, more than just success. Because I like it when my player figure a weird way out of something.
Call it an alternative solution.
Yeah. So
You're so smart, guys.
It's always interesting when the players just pull a solution out of their ass. So
Or in this case, out of their mountain.
Out of their mountain.
all right. So, with this, I think today's episode should end. Hold on. That's where the music will be. Here we go. So, spend a little bit of time figuring things out, finding weird solutions, and trying to reassure people that everything's going to be fine. Because you're the heroes.
God, the heroes.
Yeah. Just keep saying it, eventually it's going to sink in.
And next session, Ramey's going to have the image of Jorg as a bird flying straight into a mountain.
But there's going to be the splat missing. He's just going to... He's not going to go...
Well, you see, he makes the splat noise and then cuts the feed. This is what we call editing, kids.
Technically, Kenkus can do that.
They just close their eyes.
That's not wrong. Well, it is wrong in the sense that it's... But it's not wrong, as in you're right. You can do that. Alright, so... With this, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for watching the episode. Hope you had a pleasant whatever part of the day, wherever it is, wherever you are. I think I said something twice. Never mind. So, remember, if you want to support us, you can do so by supporting the stream, following us, leaving a like, a comment on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. If you want to do more, there's always donations. Very much appreciated. It's been a while since I had a donation, but very much appreciated. You can become a Patreon. You can subscribe on Twitch. And if you can't do any of those, there's a very free thing, mostly effortless, that helps tremendously, and that's spreading the word of this chat. I promise it helps. So, hope to see you again next week, next Wednesday for live broadcasts, next Friday for the rebroadcast. The Friday has a more Eastern Coast schedule, Eastern Coast friendly schedule, while the Wednesday one has a Western Coast friendly schedule. And between the two, if you want to watch me make maps, we're almost finished with the map that we were building. I think there's only... No, actually, I think we've... Oh yeah, we were going to add forest because the island felt a bit barren. But yeah, if you want to watch me do a map, maybe talk with me Thursdays, tomorrow, from when we record. Sorry, when we record this live. And that's it. That's just the schedule. So, see you again next week. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.
Good night.
Bye bye.